The beauty of podcasting is that it allows you to share your voice and your message with a global audience and tell them all how wrong they are. Ladies, gentlemen, and variations thereupon, this is Modern Escapism. Hello and willkommen. My name is Oodles, and I will be hosing down this dumpster fire of a show. Joining me today, that beautiful giggle you heard, the man that Forbes magazine are calling the thinking man's Howard Hughes, his gadget.
Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, I'll quite happily take that.
Thought you would. Also, the man that Baguette magazine are calling Grand Beau Sauvage, his Biggie.
Oui.
Also joining us today, the lady that Kerrang magazine reviewed with 5 Ks for Album of the Year, the Gamer Bed Chronicles Volume 2, Goth Days and Cock Days. It's Candy.
And Pandora was based on me. Very similar body type.
And unfortunately, the man that the Mail on Sunday stated would save Britain's economy and Tory of the Year 8 years in a row, Stig is not with us tonight.
Oh,
he's got the shits.
He's going to kill
Well,
you.
He's got the shits. Absolute shits. Riddled. I mean, there must be something going around because this year has just been Poomageddon.
Candy, have you got another slushie?
I can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop.
She's got a Mr. Frosty under her computer desk.
Oh, it's so good. I tell you, like, I've got vodka in here. I've got Passoa in here. It's because when I get my takeaways, it comes with a free one, and I don't like it by itself. But put it in the freezer. Oh my god, vodka.
I'm feeling like this podcast needs an intervention. I've had my intervention, personal. You need to stop drinking, mate. You're gonna die.
Oh, we're all gonna die. I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
I said that, mate. I nearly died. How's everyone's week been?
It's been marvelous. I'm also weirdly concerned. We've got a double football shirt situation going on here because Oodles has got his Leeds one on, which means I assume Leeds did well today.
No, they didn't. They lost yesterday.
Fair enough. And Biggie's got an England top on, which is weird for a Frenchman.
Why?
Yeah, I get confused. Being in France, I just have to remind myself where I'm from.
L'Angleterre.
It's so unusual that more than one person would have a football top on.
Do you know what?
I don't want to talk about the football anymore.
I've got that same one, and I nearly put it on.
Oh,
I've got like a football section of my cupboard. I've got some local teams as well, you know, like conference, lower than conference, just like Sunday League team shirts that my mates have given me, and that's some
South
nice.
Elms All Wednesday or something like that.
Yeah, well, it's Frickley Athletic, but yeah, it's still South Elmsall. Frickley. But yeah, do you know the lower tier of football have the best shirts? And I'm sure some of our listeners will agree that the lower you get, the better the shirts are. And
the
cheaper
sponsors
they are.
Brilliant. The sponsors, you always get like Mike's Plumbing and stuff.
Yeah, you do. Well, Frickley's
I'm
Maggie's
cosplaying
Chippy.
as a hooligan.
But yeah, how's your week been, guys? What you been up to? Don't tell us what you've mainly been up to, but what you've been up to.
Oh, I'm just glad it's orange season. October is upon us.
Orange season. Oh, orange is in Halloween.
'Tis the season for spooking. I'm in my element, baby.
Have you got your pentagram drawn out?
It's under my bed. Yep, under the gamer bed.
You just pull it out. That is the most.
Yeah.
That must be the most cursed room in Britain.
Well, by the smell of it, yeah.
Oh, you're a lady. You're supposed to smell like lilacs and daffodil.
Well, Lynx Africa and socks.
Oh, I always forget that you wear Lynx Africa.
Non-ironically.
She's an absolute cretin.
It's not helping her Hex life.
No.
Oh God, she's like what we used to call Grebos, like you know Mosher Plus.
Oh,
Smelly ones.
Absolutely, yeah.
The Grebos,
Yeah.
Mosher Plus.
Couple
It's
of
a Lynx
cans of
Africa.
Monster.
Couple of cans of Monster, massive baggy trousers, bit of raving, cybergoth kind of
Oh,
thing.
I'm all about
not quite cybergoth, but it's like a no man's land of tribes. It's the Grebos.
And you always got the frayed baggy trousers, so they're always ripped halfway up your legs.
Yeah. And the new rocks.
Yeah.
Then one's dancing under a bridge to Thomas the Tank Engine.
Them's the ones at Greenhouse, and they all stink at Links Africa because the granny got them at Christmas.
There is when I used to go to Trillian's Rock Bar when I was a teenager, there was always a cohort in the corner that was just humming of Links Africa. Thankfully, that was back in the days when you could smoke in pubs, so like it was just easy to blow it on out. Yeah,
fuck off. Yeah, Links Africa is vile. I mean, again, if Links want to sponsor the show, by all means, I can pretend I like it, but I'll never wear it. Don't send me any. But speaking of Links Africa, what a segue. Biggie, it's time for some breaking news.
You may already know, but he doesn't, because it's time for Biggie's Breaking News.
You need cooling, baby, I'm not fooling. I'm gonna send you back to schooling. Way down inside, honey, you need it. I'm gonna give you my news. Oh! Wanna holler the news? Wanna holler the news? Gotta do this 4 times. Wanna holler the news? Wanna holler the news?
Fucking hell. I can't believe we got VIP access to Led Zeppelin then.
Oh, I thought we were in Woodstock for a minute.
People's home.
Oh, brilliant, mate. Brilliant. What's been happening in this foul world of ours?
Well, let's start with gaming as always. SAG-AFTRA, that's an acronym, members have approved a strike against the video game industry with their 98.32% voting of yes.
That's amazing.
Companies so far included are Insomniac, Disney, Warner Brothers, Epic Games, Activision, and EA.
I'm chuffed. I'm chuffed to bits for this. They've needed this for years.
Oh, absolutely.
This does not actually mean they'll go on strike. It's all about the bargaining
just shows
session.
the backing that they've got, and that it's going to happen. It might not happen soon, but it's going to happen now.
Pay your writers.
Pay everyone. Just pay people for what they're worth. If they're putting the work in, pay them.
What's that? SAG-AFTRA as voice actors.
Is it just voice actors, that one, then?
Well, it's actors in general. It's an acting union. But in regards to the video game industry, it's voice actors.
I mean, voice actors in video games, they just get paid for the job, don't they? Usually.
They usually get paid a day rate. Jennifer Hale, I seen an interview with her. I think she said for the first Mass Effect game, I think she was paid like £400 a day. That was it.
Fuck. Wow. And she has got some dialogue in that game.
Just a smidge of dialogue, as Ben said.
It's going to go back to the days where the devs do the voice acting. The dark days.
Don't open that door.
Ow.
Actually, if you want to hear some of that, watch some clips of the original System Shock and like the dialogue that they just got random. Well, it's because it's the story from that game is delivered entirely via voice notes. So they had like a professional actor for Shodan, who was the only character with a voice in the game. Yeah. But all the voice notes is just random people grabbed from the office. Like none of them are actors. Like
Linda, get in here.
Yeah, no, you're literally like that. Yeah, like Ken Levine's done like 3 different ones and all that, and they're all fucking terrible. It's great.
Nothing's better than my all-time favorite Altered Beast. That is from your glaze.
Oh. See, that's why I love listening to the last podcast on the left, because that's in their theme tune. Here, "That is from your grave." 3 or 4 times.
It's just a Japanese man putting on a very, very bad English accent. That is from your glaze. It's awful.
Stephen Hawking's in Gauntlet. Elf Beards Ford.
Oh my God. I don't think he was. Oh God. Oh, rest your soul. Poor Stephen Hawkins.
But
national treasure.
As a little link, after 146 days of strikes by the Writers Guild of America, who was seeking a better deal and fair pay, etc., for the members of the studios, it appears Hollywood might finally be able to release a breath it's been holding for months. A tentative deal between the union and the AMPTP was reached after days of extensive negotiations.
That's good.
Yes.
I mean,
and they've also got protection against...
God, sorry.
I was just going to say they've also secured following protections against AI as well. AI can't write or rewrite library material. AI-generated material will not be considered source material. A writer can choose to use AI, but the studio can't require the writer to use AI software. Studios must disclose to writers if any materials given to them have been generated by AI. And the WGA reserves the right to assert that exploitation of writers' material to train AI is prohibited by the agreement or other law.
That last one is the big one because
that's the big one,
because that's the one that can start taking down people like OpenAI, because no one has tested it in the courts yet, because ChatGPT and stuff like that are all trained on data and they're all trained on other people's creative works. So I'm waiting for the first court case to come up where someone goes, well, hang on a second, I made this art. Why is ChatGPT or Stable Diffusion or whatever using that without crediting me?
Yeah.
Because this art that I created is not in the public domain. You've just scraped Google Images, you know? So that's going to be the interest one. And if the WGA have put that reservation into the contract, then that means they can pretty much go after OpenAI quite easily.
It reminds me of, like, I mean, I weren't alive, but the interpolation stuff with music industry and stuff like that, and all that. We've gone through this from every single jump in technology, haven't we? Like, your song sounds like mine, your film's my film, your book reads like my book. Now it's my intellectual property has been scraped by a robot, and I don't know how they thought this wasn't going to happen. And this strike shouldn't have needed to happen in the first place, because we should be cherishing it and protecting that artistry, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, I mean, this 145 days of being on strike has cost the studios more than it would have if they just paid them in the fucking first place.
Why is this happening in the first? And I think a lot of it
because America is all about fucking union busting, because it's a horrible capitalist landscape.
It is, isn't it? It's not land of the free, is it?
Well, it is if you've got billions.
Yeah, I suppose. But I'm just glad that we're getting some kind of resolution. For them, I don't give a fuck about my consumption of media and stuff like that. It's just not fair. It's just not been fair, and I'm glad that they've took so much money from them. It's so good. But yeah, next.
PlayStation boss Jim Ryan will be stepping down at the end of March 2024. Sony Interactive Entertainment's president and CEO hasn't always been popular, but he does leave behind, I don't know what you want to say really about it. He certainly kept the brand going, and certainly through the difficult times, particularly like the pandemic when they had troubles with the chips and stuff. But
the PS3 generation.
PlayStation's still going as a brand. It's done very well. Just maybe
he started at Sony in like
focus.
93, 94, didn't he?
Something like that.
During development and just before release. I read there's something about he didn't like that he worked for that company but lived in Europe, so it was very difficult to continue being with that company and leading that company. But I don't really know him that much.
Well,
do you know what I mean? It's not a personality, if you get me.
No, he's not like he's not like Phil Spencer or anybody like that who makes.
And that's the problem that Sony's had.
Yeah, so Sony have an image of being this kind of faceless corporation.
Yeah.
Whereas like Nintendo don't have that, because you've got people like Miyamoto up front, but you've also then got like the guys who always host the directs. Yeah, their personalities.
And we used to have Reggie and stuff.
And you used to have Reggie. And Xbox has got Phil Spencer and Todd Howard and like all these people from all these different studios who are front and center.
You're right, aren't you?
Whereas Sony, Jim Ryan never turns up to out. Like all the state of players.
You used to see him the odd time at a big event, didn't you?
Yeah,
very odd, very rarely.
But a big corporate event, not a big like publicity event.
In a suit.
And it's also worth bearing in mind, like under Jim Ryan, like Sony's output has pivoted towards more live service stuff.
Yeah,
they haven't released,
which isn't always popular.
It's very unpopular. Like, look at Foamstars; it looks like shite.
More on that later.
Yeah. Then they've got a lack of exclusives for the PS4. Like, granted, some of that is because the pandemic pushing stuff back, but like Microsoft are now starting to get a decent churn of exclusives for Game Pass.
What Microsoft are doing that Sony aren't doing?
There's also
Microsoft
the PlayStation Portal.
evolving. Yeah, the Portal. But Microsoft are evolving. PlayStation are resting on the laurels of the past 15 years. That's the difference. And you can't expect to be number one, because they are number one, but you can't expect to continue being number one when people start clicking on that, hang on, these other guys on the other side, the green guys, they're trying something new. They're pushing boundaries. They're doing that kind of thing. And even on my side, I don't own an Xbox, but it's exciting over the other side. Do you know what I mean? I'm looking over going, oh, that looks fun. That looks exciting.
Yeah.
And listen, Sony have got no excitement.
You haven't got PlayStation Plus, have you? You haven't got PlayStation Plus, have you?
No, I'm not that.
So it was I think it was last month, they announced whatever games it was for PlayStation Plus, and one of them was like Star Ocean, I think the latest one that they did. Yeah. And then as part of the premium or essentials deal, you got literally every other Star Ocean RPG as part of that as well, which is great if you're into RPGs. But if you're not, that's just worthless to you as games. You know, I just don't understand that.
They're not very cracking games, to be fair, mate.
At least it's a bit more varied.
This month's PS Plus game is the Callisto Protocol.
Yeah, I thought you'd bring that up.
That's like saying,
it's probably going to be
like saying, throw
freebie.
your money at us for nothing. Fuck, such bad.
Yeah, like Gadget says, that's not really gone down too well. So
yeah, he's pushed the business in a weird place. Whereas, as you said, Oodles, Microsoft has kind of tried to evolve things, with some success and some failures. But you can see that they're moving to this kind of cloud Game Pass place,
which I've been using. I am an Xbox user without an Xbox console. It's mad, isn't it? It's mad. And that's my primary Xbox adventure is using the cloud, and it works.
Whereas PlayStation are trying to, Sony are trying to carry on the traditional console every 5 to 7 years.
It's just not going to work
with hardware, because I mean, there's the PlayStation Cloud stuff, but they haven't really invested in it. And you can only do, I think you can still only do PS3 games on it, if I remember rightly. Like, I've never used it, whereas I've used xCloud.
You can do PS4. You can do PS4 remote play in the set, but you can't do cloud away. Like, I played Xbox games at work, and I did a little bit of Baldur's Gate 3 from the PlayStation, but it's a mess.
Yeah,
it's a mess. You just blah, 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 and then you get them that little warning at the bottom. That little X at the bottom, like, this is not going to work. Kind of thing. But that means my PlayStation's on at home. The Xbox thing, I don't own it, and I'm still on an Xbox.
I have to say,
still on at home chewing up electricity.
Yeah, I have to say,
it's not free.
I've had barely any spare time this week, and if it weren't for the cloud, I would not have played Starfield at all. I've literally got my little Turtle Beach thing for my phone. I've been playing away, and it's fine. It chugs along all right.
It works, doesn't it?
It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the best graphics because it's on your phone.
Well, no, of course. I mean, but if you're just pottering around, not a problem.
Exactly, it works. It fucking works. Like, I know if Baldur's Gate 3 comes out on Xbox and it's on Game Pass, I'll play that on my phone for hours. You know what I mean? I just will. I know I will, because it's a game you don't need super fast 60 frames per second.
No, like, I can't imagine playing like Call of Duty on...
No, but you can. You can.
I mean, you can, but I can't imagine doing it.
Yeah, the latency would be a bit of a nightmare. But
like a turn-based game or something like Stardew Valley or something like that. Great.
Yeah, it just shows you that the Yanks are trying. They're trying new things, and the Japanese are just... We're honourable. We're not changing anything. We're not doing nothing.
And Nintendo are just being Nintendo.
They've always just been them, haven't they? They don't care. They're a toy manufacturer. They don't. Which
I guess it's even more remarkable then that PlayStation is still technically the leader. When
it's got a great name.
Now Microsoft
got a great naming convention for the consoles as well. It's very simple to understand which one you're buying.
It sells out the arse in Japan.
Absolutely, it does. Yeah.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah, but bye, Jim. See ya. Next.
Well, also say goodbye to some PlayStation accounts, because the most looked for Google search at the time was delete PlayStation accounts due to their alleged security breach. Google registered, as part of its trends, a 277% increase in delete PlayStation account searches following an alleged data breach earlier this week. A ransomware group claimed to have successfully compromised all of Sony's systems, with the stolen data purportedly up for sale. Japanese giant has responded by insisting it's investigating the situation. We got our best men on the job.
I got an email
men.
about it saying that my account might be compromised, blah, 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 blah.
The thing is,
it is.
people going in searching like delete PlayStation again. It's all well and good. They already have the data.
Yeah.
Just make sure. Just put 2-factor authentication on all your purchases.
I've got it on everything.
Exactly. You're fine. No one's going to steal it from you.
Every single internet-based thing I've got is 2-factor, and since its inception, I've always said, get that. And my kids have got it. My wife's got it. All the customers at my work, when I tell them, get this initiated, and I feel like I'm doing my bit.
Yeah, Google
protect people.
Yeah, Google Authenticator or your phone number.
It's a great
things.
It's just a simple line of code, isn't it? And you pop it in, boom, works.
Last time this happened, which is almost 10 years ago, approximately 77 million PlayStation Network users' details were exposed.
It's insane.
That's a lot. Mm.
I wasn't a PlayStation user then. I weren't anything user then, apart from Game Boy Advanced.
I was.
That's all I had. And I was talking to you guys in Discord about it. I was like, I can't believe that happened. Did it make national news? It must have done.
It did, yeah.
It did.
That's massive. That's huge. How do you come back from that?
And you've also got that thing with, the game share accounts as well. You could only play games that you owned on your PlayStation. So if you had anything else on there, you were locked out because you couldn't get online to verify your games. So that was a bit tricky.
I've never done that game sharing thing. I don't trust my friends. Really don't.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's nice to have nice friends, I suppose. Next.
Epic Games has been laying off almost 900 employees, and the Fall Guys devs have been hit hard as well.
Oh.
This is probably due to trying to cover their costs of that fine that they got the other week. But memos were sent out to workers earlier this week. Chief Executive Tim Sweeney said the company had been spending a lot more money than it was earning for quite some time. He said, I've long been optimistic that we could power through this transition without layoffs, but in retrospect, I see this was unrealistic.
Why is
and on top of the news, creative...
Why is Tim Sweeney allowed to be in charge of Epic? Like, he had this idea, Epic Game Store, great. Free games to people, fantastic. But someone has to pay for them, and it comes out of Epic's money. And no one goes onto Epic Game Store to buy anything. They just go on for the free games.
People just getting the free shit.
And yeah, Epic makes a lot of money from Fortnite and from the Unreal Engine, stuff like that. I get that. But at the same time, if they've been running at a loss for the 4 years or so that the Epic Game Store has been out, or however long it's been, and it's got to the point where he has to lay off nearly 1,000 employees, Tim Sweeney should be fucking one of them.
Yeah.
Why is he not?
They
why is he not
gave away
stepping down? Why is he
GTA
not
5,
retiring?
didn't they? That must have cost them.
So hang on, what's their premier title? Is it Fortnite? Their flagship?
Yeah, Fortnite's their big money maker. But
what was it before that?
It probably would have been the Unreal Engine itself.
Yeah, the engine itself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they still promote that on the store when you go onto it. It's the first thing you see.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, you see it at the beginning of nearly every fucking game you play, don't you? It's weird. I mean, did Epic do Gears of War and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Were it them?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think when I see their logo pop up on a game.
Like, they've been
there's not that many.
They've been a successful studio for quite a long time, but the engine is where they make most of their money.
Of course, yeah.
But Tim Sweeney's been in charge of them since like he created them when they were called Epic Mega Games.
They're glad they changed that fucking name.
Well, that was back in the 90s when it was like the shareware scene. When Tim Sweeney created it, he was a teenager or something like that.
Maybe that's why he's still in charge, because they're all just like, he's the dad.
Problem is, it's a publicly traded company now. Like someone has to answer for the fact that they've been running at a loss.
There'll be a board of
for
directors saying, "Get
years.
rid of that man, get rid of him." It's insane. But again, Fortnite's an absolute behemoth, isn't it? It's fucking massive. Even with that lawsuit that they had and they had to pay billion and whatever, that's not going to take a hit off that game's revenue.
Yeah. No, it was 500 million, wasn't it? And they earned that in about 3 days.
They made that same day.
Yeah.
They made it back. They've just launched a new thing on Fortnite because my son came and told me. He went, "Come and watch this." And I was watching it. I'm like, why is everyone there that I know? Every single, like character ever. He's like, The Rock's in it. The Rock. And he's fighting Wolverine. It's so strange.
Weird to me that you can play as the Xenomorph in it.
You can, and the Xenomorph can it can fly a jet.
Yeah, like none of it makes sense.
It doesn't. I watch it and I'm like, oh, build something. He's like, oh, we don't build on Fortnite anymore. I'm like, what? That's what it was. It was a building shooter. No, they don't build anymore. It's weird. I feel so old. When you sit and watch a kid on Fortnite, you feel so fucking old.
Yeah. I tried learning how to play Fortnite so I could play with my nephew, and it's just like, no.
It's too much, isn't it?
Unless you have the reactions of a 12-year-old, it ain't going to happen.
No.
Too much. They've got different tiers of loot now. Where do you know how you used to have the common, ultra rare, blah 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 blah, and then the purple ones and your gold ones. There's some steps above now. There's like platinum, silvers, and stuff. I'm like, what is going on? I don't understand.
I'm quite happy to be aged out of that game.
I am definitely aged out of that. What did they? Yeah. What was it? It was Beetlejuice. They were just a one-on-one. My son, and he got a battle royale. He was playing as Beetlejuice, and he was against Chuck Norris. I'm like, how does a kid know who Chuck Norris is? And Beetlejuice.
He doesn't. Chuck Norris knows the kid.
That's it. That's probably wild. But yeah, let's get rid of Tim Sweeney then. That's probably the only remedy to save those. But I mean, Fall Guys was big for about a week, weren't it?
It was. To be fair, Fall Guys has been kind of pottering on quite happily in the background. Like, it's got a consistent audience. It's a fun game.
I liked it. I thought it was good. But yeah, gosh, it's a shame, innit? 1,000 workers.
That includes the director and writer Ed Fear. He said he was also affected by the layoffs as well.
God, it's huge.
At Mediatronic.
Well, my heart goes out to them. I hope they all find jobs. Next.
You can take your Xbox games to all new levels on MetaQuest 3 with Xbox Cloud Gaming. You can play hundreds of high-quality Xbox games, including Halo Infinite, Starfield, and Forza Motorsport, all on a massive screen you can take with you anywhere. Subscription required.
It's basically just like watching Netflix on VR. You just get a really big screen to play it on.
He says you can take it anywhere. Good luck taking that on a bus and not getting nicked.
Yeah.
Good luck. Good luck. I'll take it to your rooftop party or your basketball game, like you can your Switch. Everyone knows you take your Switch there.
Well, exactly. I've had so many rooftop parties since I bought a Switch.
I know. I never stopped.
It's also worth pointing out it's not just on the Quest 3. It's on the Quest 2 will do it as well, because it's just the Xbox Cloud Gaming app. What did it used to be called?
Oculus, wasn't it? Oculus.
Yeah.
Which was that because it means eyes. Means eyes.
I mean, mine still has the Oculus branding on it because I got it when it was before they changed the name.
My son's Quest 2 is
Meta.
It says Meta on the box. Yeah, it says Meta. Huh. That was a pig to set up that fucking thing. Oh God, it was a nightmare.
They're a dickhead. Because I play on mine infrequently, but I do play on it when there's something I'm interested in.
Yeah,
and if you haven't logged into it for like a couple of months or something like that, one, the battery's dead, so you got to charge the fucker.
Yeah.
And then you go in, and then it won't sign into your account, so you got to get the app on your phone. Nope. Then you've got to remember what your Facebook login is. I just want to play fucking Beat Saber, and I'm here 2 hours later troubleshooting.
It's so bad, and it's like typing your password with laser pens. It's awful.
Oh no, the fucking worst one is when you try to log in, and it says open the MetaQuest app. And then type this code into it. I've got a visor on my head. I can't see me fucking phone.
Yeah. Nobody puts it into that like mode where you can see kind of black and white, but you can't see your phone because it don't light your phone up, does it?
No. Oh,
it's awful. Such an awful thing.
The thing is, the Quest is great and the VR is fantastic, but it's such a piss poor user experience to get into the fucker.
My son's looking to sell his. He's had enough already, and I told him that last Christmas. Said you're going to get bored.
You did. He said that. I remember you saying that actually.
Yeah.
10 months he lasted with it.
Yeah, and he's just not. I'm like, not playing Gorm or anything that you want. I'm bored. I'm sick of it. Can I sell it? I'm like, sure thing, mate.
Not hanging out with paedophiles on Rec Room, is he?
No, I won't let him go and stuff like that because it's linked to my stuff. I see everything is done, and I don't let him chat. There's no chat mode on any of the games. I even got him Resident Evil 4 for it and stuff, and he's flipping and he's beat that. And I know it's not for kids, but fuck it.
Well,
he's just bored of it.
Just give him the remake on the iPhone 15 when it comes out.
Oh yeah, like I'm getting him an iPhone 15. He's already got a Galaxy S22.
Fucking hell, you spoil all that, don't you?
Well, yeah. My first bomb. Gonna. Second born doesn't get anything. I'm joking.
She's
Get everything.
she sat in the corner of the kitchen just banging pots together for entertainment.
Oh, she's got an iPhone 12.
A Nokia.
No, she's got an iPhone 12. She's
BlackBerry.
absolutely fine. I wish. I'd love a BlackBerry. But anyway, next.
I was hoping to preview Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty DLC, but the request I sent was denied.
Oh.
But I'm not bitter. Anyway, Cyberpunk patch
gonna be
2.1
awkward, won't it, then?
announced due to game-breaking corruption bug on the PS5. Yes, there's a rather nasty issue with Phantom Liberty, specifically on PS5. While it's unclear just how widespread this problem is, there are a lot of people upset on, would you believe it, Reddit and social media. Basically,
way.
save files are somehow being corrupted, preventing players from loading them up. They potentially lose hundreds of hours of playtime. They are currently investigating the issue.
I mean, to be fair,
Not as bad as-
that seems like a very good reason to be pissed off about it.
But not as bad as my issue when I played Assassin's Creed Valhalla and I lost 82 hours of gameplay
Ooh.
because of the cloud save. You know, Ubisoft used to do the cloud saves. All corrupted. I thought, fuck it, I did it all again. I went straight through it. A lesser man would have gone, no, that's me and that done. Nah, I just did it again because I'm an idiot. But that was the only time I've lost that much amount of gameplay and time and effort, and it stung me. That really did. So I feel for these people. It's a shame. Next.
Peter Molyneux's blockchain business sim Legacy gets an October release. The up-and-coming blockchain business sim from Fable creator. According to the game's publisher, Gala Games, it specializes in this blockchain Web3 business. Legacy's up-and-coming launch is more than just a game release. In its words, this is beginning an extraordinary journey where creativity, strategy, and business innovation meet.
With money laundering.
Pretty much, yeah.
This is
I don't understand
the
any of
biggest,
that. What is that all about?
It's just the biggest swerve I've ever fought in my life. I am avoiding this like the plague. It sounds horrendous. And it's Peter Molyneux. The man is full of lies.
So I looked into this one. The reason why I put this in here is because this game sounds fucking hilarious. So it's a business sim game and it's got kind of like a really kind of cutesy graphics to it, and you know it looks nice. And the sales pitch is found your own business and grow it into a mega corporation through the power of your creativity and the superiority of your commercial prowess and the strength of your competitive nature. So a business sim, you know?
Yeah, they've existed before, haven't they?
Yeah. So the thing is, you can go in on the website and click buy land.
Buy land.
Buy land. Because the game is NFTs.
Oh no!
You can buy. So like for instance, I mean, I'm here on. If I look on the ancient levels, you can buy the Heart of London deed, which is like seems to be one of the most expensive one. That is sold out. It's completely sold out. There was one of them made, and it sells for. I don't even know what this fucking cryptocurrency is, but it sold for 63.1608 of M. And I don't know what that crypto is.
That must be a new one. Molyneux coins.
Madness.
Probably.
Yeah. But yeah, you can basically buy land in the game as an NFT, which means that when you go into the game and create your business, you have that land exclusively.
Yes, but this seems so corrupt.
Then you could sell your business as an NFT in it when the game gives you. It is so.
We all know they're worthless.
But they're worthless. It's so corrupt and it's so funny. I have been howling about this for ages.
Candy's like, how much could I invest?
Yeah, I was just thinking. I mean, would it not be about well, whatever.
It didn't take much. When I got into Crypto Kenny, I mean, Candy was there along the way for the ride with me as well. She were doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Probably still is.
The games, obviously, like business sims have their own currency, yeah? So the currency in this one is called Legacy Coin. It's a new cryptocurrency that you can earn by playing Legacy. Legacy Coin fuels the in-game economy, gives users access to exclusive NFTs, and allows landowners to hire more business partners. The future of Legacy Coin is unlimited, with ever more integrations on the way. And as a landowner, you'll be able to start your own business association in the world blockchain while playing and earning in legacy along with your business partners. Landowners have the power to hand legacy keys to others, making them business partners and providing a doorway into legacy in return for a healthy share on all legacy coin they earn. It's a win-win situation. This is what the fucking website said. It's amazing. Peter Molyneux is so corrupt.
He is. He's a crook. He's a shyster. He's like the Del Boy of the gaming industry. What bothers me, though, is like games from 10, 15 years ago. EVE Online has done economies with euros, with real money, tangible money, and it works. You don't have to go through this crypto blockchain bullshit. I just don't get it, man. I don't get it.
I'm trying to find the conversion rate, like on what this land costs.
Probably about 50 quid a fucking meter.
Actually, to be fair, looking at it, he's done a fucking blinder because all of the land on the website is sold out.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, I'm in. I've just signed up. I've just bought some.
Oh, right. Okay. So that M on the cryptocurrency thing that I saw was million. So it's however million of that cryptocurrency. Because I've just gone looking at the lower tiers now, and they actually have a number next to them. I'm just desperate to find out what the conversion rate is because it's really, really.
Click on one. Buy one.
Well, I can't because they're all fucking sold out.
He's doing well then. He's doing really well.
That's what I'm saying. He's run a fucking blinder here. So that London one is 63.16 million of whatever this fucking cryptocurrency is.
What if, and I mean, come at me, Peter, with your lawyers if you want, but what if the devs have just pretended that they're sold out to create further and people wanting it, and then there's going to be a big announcement saying, land's back up, and everyone's just going to purchase it thinking that they've got an opportunity. Wouldn't put it past Molyneux. That would not put it past him.
Right. Okay. Right. So you can convert them into Ethereum.
Which is we can do that then.
Which is something I can look up. So how much is that in
on the fly
GBP?
Mathematics, guys? I'm getting rock hard here.
That London thing was 1,375
pounds. Oh God!
Wow!
And someone bought it.
Oh God! Do you reckon that's why Stig's not here today?
The mayor of London.
He's mowing grass. He's sat there mowing the grass of his land. Oh, this is just. I honestly hope gaming does not go down this trajectory. I hope it all crumbles and people lose thousands of pounds. And it sounds like I'm being harsh to just innocent people, but I don't think you are innocent if you're getting into this. I think you're evil. Trust me, I was evil for a bit.
Or a moron.
Or a moron. And a grand's probably not much to you. It's just disgusting. I think Peter Molyneux is an absolute sycophant. He's just a prick.
He's a chancer.
Remember when he
a little bit wee, a bit dodgy.
Yeah, that's what he is. Remember when he lied and said, this new game, Fable, the choice is all, and it's such unlimited choice. And then he's playing like, huh? There's not much choice. I can be good or bad.
Yeah, binary choices throughout.
And then we're looking at games now like Baldur's Gate, and it's like, yeah, you literally can more or less go with your choice what you want. And there's other games that have been, it's just ridiculous, man. He's such a shyster. I don't like him. People seem to... They hold him right sky high because he did.
I don't think many people do anymore. I think
they used to.
What
games did he make? What games did he make? No, not SimCity. That's Sid Meier, isn't it?
No, Sid Meier. No, he was in
Populous.
He was in the early Bullfrog game, so it was Populous, Syndicate.
Theme
Hospital.
Black and White.
Black and White. Black and White was a great game.
Goddess.
Goddess was not a great game. It was barely a game.
And that cube game that he did. He's such a fucking shyster. He is. Oh, I'd love to headbutt him.
I knew you'd love that story. That's why I put it in there.
Oh, God. Dick. Such a capitalist pig. Next.
Speaking of morons, the iPhone 15 Pro owners will soon be able to buy a Resident Evil 4 remake for approximately £58.
That's ridiculous. How much?
£58 or $60 on your phone.
Oh, wow. I've got no words. That reminds me of the app, that millionaires app that cost $1 million, and it just said,
What are you buying?
you are a millionaire. Oh, that's so bad. That's so expensive.
To play a game on your phone.
Oh, God. I'm sorry. Next. I've got no words for that. I just feel a bit sick.
You can go to Capcom Town, the 40th anniversary website for Capcom, and play original Breath of Fire, available to play for free in a browser. You can also play, along with that, Ghosts and Goblins, Super Ghosts and Ghouls, and Breath of Fire. Oh, sorry, I've already said that. Also has Street Fighter 2, Mega Man 2, Mega Man X, and Final Fight, all in browsers.
That's good. That's fun. It's a fun way to have a website, isn't it?
Yeah, surprisingly generous for Capcom.
Very, very generous for Capcom. That's mad. I can't get over 50-odd quid for that. I can't get over it. I'm thinking now
you'd have to buy on PS5.
No, you'd have to get 3 £20 iTunes vouchers to get it. Oh, that's insane. Oh, wow. And you'd have a couple of quid left for Angry Birds.
Worth bearing in mind that the VR version of the original Resident Evil 4 on the Quest was only 30 quid.
And fantastic.
And that was a complete reworking of the game.
Yeah. Really good. Even
this is just the PS5 version ported to a phone, which technically is impressive, but I'm not going to play a 15-hour game on a fucking phone.
The phone hasn't got 15 hours of battery life.
No.
I'll play fucking 2048 on my phone. That's the kind of game I want on my phone, just something I can waste time with on the toilet.
Yeah, absolutely. I honestly, apart from the emulator stuff I've got on my phone because of my Razer Kishi and stuff and using the Xbox app, I don't have any downloaded proper games. I just have the old emulator stuff, that barely takes a knock on any battery or anything. Yeah. I couldn't imagine having a full game on your phone.
Controlling games on a touchscreen just kind of sucks.
Minging.
No.
Minging.
Don't get it.
Next. That's shocking, that.
Over to the world of film and TV. Expend 4 Balls flops with 8.3 million debut.
What's that?
The action thriller starring Sylvester Stallone and Jason Statham
misfired
in box office. Put a 4 in the middle. In the box office debut. Yeah, that's a low point.
I mean,
I didn't even know we're out.
No one wanted it.
I didn't know we're out. I haven't seen the second one.
The first 2 are fine. The third one is fucking god awful.
Is that the one with Chuck Norris in?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Although, would you believe it? Without encouraging reviews or positive word of mouth, the opening weekend figures weren't anywhere near close to its predecessors. Expendables 3 had 15.8 million. The 2012 sequel with 28.5 million, and 2010's original Expendables with 34.8 million. Some people like it.
It's almost as if, though, cinema goers want something more than just 60-year-old 80s stars kissing each other on a screen.
Well, I think the first Expendables worked, and was.
It was a gimmick, wasn't it?
It was a gimmick because it's like, oh my god, all these like classic action stars together in a film. The same way that what was that Prison Break one with Arnie and Stallone in it?
Prison Break.
Yeah, they had to get out of a prison. I can't remember.
Yeah, it was Supermax facility, weren't it?
Yeah. And that worked because it was Arnie and Stallone in a film together finally after such a rivalry for years.
Yeah.
And like people go to watch it for that. Whereas like when you do the second one, it's like, okay, I enjoyed the first one. It's fine. And by the time you get to the third one, it's like, really, this again?
Yeah.
It's diminishing returns.
Some of them actors on their own individually are great actors, aren't they? They can do their own stuff. But when they put them all together...
Tony Crews is in it, Jet Li.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you put them all together and they're all trying to jostle for a bit of screen time, and then they get Luke Hemsworth. Go on, brilliant. Bring Luke Hemsworth in. Everyone's favourite Hemsworth. It's just bollocks, man. I'm not into it. Some people probably love it, don't they? But if you want to watch an action film, and again, I mock them, but it's a lot more cerebral and a lot more impactful, is watch the John Wick films. There's more to them. And it's one bloke. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot more going on. There's a lot more nuance to it, and choreography is fantastic and stuff.
I think
Expendables is ridiculous. It's just men shooting machine guns.
I think the biggest crime of the Expendables films is they have Terry Crews in them and they don't use him. Like, he is funny.
One of the funniest men. Yeah, he is so funny, but he's not allowed to be, is he?
He's not allowed to upstage Stallone.
Or Mickey Rourke. with his face that doesn't
Fucking
move.
Mickey Rourke.
That is a face.
His face doesn't move. Mickey, are you sad? Can't you tell? I'm smiling. No, Mickey, I can't tell.
Oh my God, have you seen those clips of Gary Busey around on the internet?
Oh,
With
God.
the buttered sausage or whatever he says.
Oh man, I was cracked up at
That's
that.
That's not real,
sausage.
though. That is AI.
That's AI, isn't it? Yeah.
Is that really?
Yeah,
it's
it's not
not
real.
actually him saying that.
man. I had no idea. I just seen the clip and I
Buttered
just thought, man, what's
sausage.
happened
You
to
ever
him?
had buttered sausage? It's so good. It's good. Next.
James Gunn has confirmed that John Cena, Viola Davis, and Zolo Mariduena, I think it is, will be all part of the new DCU going forward.
Good.
Great.
John Cena
Means
were really
Ke-
good in
The Suicide Squad.
Peacemaker.
And Peacemaker.
And Suicide Squad, yeah. The Suicide Squad, yeah. And Viola
The
Davis
only
is
Suicide Squad film.
always good. The only Suicide Squad film, yeah.
Yeah.
Viola Davis is always good. So, yeah, this is... DCEU might become good. It might become good.
I mean, it's their crown for the taking with the way fucking Marvel have fucked it recently.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, Loki starts soon. Let's see if they can recapture the beauty of the last season. I doubt it. Looking at the last fucking few stuff they've done. Christ. I never even finished Samuel L. Jackson's Secret Invasion.
I heard that was
Didn't finish
god
it.
awful.
Did not finish it. It's a shame, innit? Next.
The one that you've all been asking for, and I know you have all asked for this, and you're all guilty. A reboot of The Office is in development.
What?
Greg Daniels will return as a showrunner.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Hang on. Hang on, though.
What
Greg
a
Daniels
waste
is great,
He
but
is.
if it's just a reboot, as in a new cast and not copying, it could potentially work.
I mean, it worked once, didn't it? The American
This is
reboot.
what I mean. What if it's just a modern day version of... Because the American Office stopped being... It's not modern. Do you know what I mean? It's not modern anymore.
It's whether they take the approach of remaking it or rebooting it. Like if they try and have another Michael Scott, like it's
not gonna work.
if they try and like create the Office over again and have the same archetypes for the characters. So like
Yeah, it's not going to work, is it?
The cringy boss, the kind of weird main character, the fucking foil to him, and then like keeping the same kind of background characters. It isn't going to work because the original Office was a lightning in the bottle thing, which is better than the British Office. Like, it's rare that a US remake is better than the British version.
What if they have characters called Tom and Dwayne instead of Jim and... do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they're doing that, then I'm not bothered. I'd rather them just doing a fresh, new team, fresh people. Maybe you could bring Stanley over. Maybe you got a transfer. Do you know what I mean? You could have one character.
Yeah, I think also, like, I think because Greg Daniels left when he finished with The Office, he went to do Parks and Rec. It's like, how's he going to pitch? How's he going to pitch this? Is he going to go as surreal as Parks and Rec did? Because that got strange.
It got stranger than The Office, didn't it?
Yeah, because they could lean into it. So yeah,
It'll be all people on Zoom calls and working from home. The not Office.
That's what I'm saying. There is a take there that could exist, and there's a gap in the market for that.
Yeah, but it's a very fine needle to thread.
He's probably not going to hit it.
No.
And knowing nowadays, if the first season don't hit, don't bother. There won't be another.
Or if it comes out that like, oh, Netflix has picked this up, it's like, yeah, it's dead in a season. It's absolutely dead in a season.
May as well die. But yeah, I mean, I do like his output, so benefit of doubt. I don't think that's an initial groan for me. I'm not groaning straight away. I want to see who he's getting in.
It was a why for me.
Yeah, could he done something completely different again? Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. I just hope it's not going to be crap people in it. You know what I mean? This is Logan Paul's first debut as an actor, or someone like, some modern fucking. Ugh. I picked Logan Paul because it's the only thing that came to my head. I don't know young people. For all I know, he's older than me. Probably not. He's probably not older than me. He's probably a child. Can't remember what he looks like. Anyway, next.
Well, the music, this came a bit out of left field. Man has finally been charged with the murder of Tupac Shakur in 1996.
Finally.
Former gang leader Dwayne Keffy D. Davis has been charged with Tupac's murder.
Is this the gentleman that's been saying he's killed him for years?
Yeah, he's long under the scope of investigators after being indicted by a grand jury in Nevada. Police said Davis was the leader and shot caller of the Southside Compton Crips street gang. Davis has admitted on multiple occasions, including in his 2019 tell-all memoir, Compton Street Legend, that he was in the car from which shots were fired.
Yeah, I thought there's a thing where he's been saying it for years. I killed him.
I kind of worry about the quality of the officers in the Las Vegas PD then, if he's put that in his book and no one has thought, maybe he did it.
Maybe
too
he
obvious.
did it.
Way too obvious.
Why would a gang leader shoot another guy affiliated with another gang? It's not known for that. That's not what they do. They shake hands and play cards.
I forgot to put it in the notes, but it says something about when they raided his home, they found hard drives, external drives, and a copy of Hip Hop magazine. So it's kind of like, yep, he's guilty.
They found a note on his fridge saying, I killed him. Could that be evidence? Who knows? It's ridiculous. I mean, a man's gonna. There's justice, so you can't argue about that. Bit too late.
Yeah, there's been documentaries on obviously Tupac and my favorite.
I mean, he's got a
Biggie,
family, hasn't he?
that...
Tupac left a family alive. You know what I mean? So they want justice. So you can't argue with that.
Maybe Biggie's murder will also be solved finally. Who knows?
Did you say that? Sorry, just going back. Did you say that they took documents from computers and stuff in his house? Like what?
Apparently.
What documents has he kept? It's 30 years ago.
The plan to murder him.
Yeah, like a big map and everything.
Spreadsheet.
It's on Windows 95. It's like a big fucking...
Exactly.
It's painting. It's just a drawing of two
Microsoft
cars
Paint.
and a dead man going...
lead pipe. Gun.
He imported the notes from his Apple Newton to his Windows PC when he upgraded.
Yeah. All the details are on a floppy disk.
Floppy
3.5
disk,
inch.
yeah. A zip drive if there was a lot of it.
Yeah.
You've got to have the plant photos, don't you? So yeah, it will
And
be a zip drive.
It's took the police 20 years to decrypt them because they didn't have they've
Didn't
only
have a
got modern
SCSI drive.
PCs. Yeah, they didn't have a SCSI drive, so they didn't know how can we solve this? And there's no Maplins in America. There's no Maplins in Britain anymore. To be fair.
Oh god, that makes me sad. I love how we can start talking about Tupac Shakur and then end up on Maplin. It's great.
Rip
Yeah,
to
I
both,
love
rip to
I
both.
imagine as American listeners are going, what the fuck's Maplins? Mecca. It was Mecca for some people. People loved it.
It's our version of Radio Shack.
Yes.
Absolutely. Next.
Finally, sadly, some news was announced this week. Are we responsible? We'll let the police work this out. Very topical for us. But Harry Potter actor Sir Michael Gambon has sadly passed away at the age of 82.
We did not kill
Fanny
Gambon.
confirmed the news in a statement. He passed away peacefully in hospital. Sir Gambon leaves behind an incredible acting legacy. He's been on stage and screen for more than 60 years. Obviously, apart from everything else that he's done, has become recently famous as playing Albus Dumbledore in the Oscar-winning feature The King. Oh, sorry, and he did play Dumbledore in The King's Speech. He was obviously he was in that film as well. But yes, he's renowned, famous after taking over from Richard Harris.
Big old bucket of
Mr.
wind.
Potter, did you put your name on the goblet? Did you put your name on the goblet? Loved it. And I'm new to his oeuvre on Harry Potter, and I've still got more of him to discover on that. But off Harry Potter, he was always there. He was a great background actor as well. I mean, people forget he was in Sleepy Hollow. He's brilliant in Sleepy Hollow.
Mm-hmm.
He's fucking great in Layer Cake as a gang boss.
Yes, he is. He had the presence to him. He
Forgot about
really
that,
did have a
yes.
presence as an actor.
Yeah, he had a lot of that quiet gravitas. Like when I think of Michael Gambon,
Not when he's shaking Harry Potter on Goblet of Fire.
No, which I'm pretty sure the book isn't written that way.
Not even
Oh, no,
slightly.
Stig's told me. It's not.
Not even
Fucking
close.
shaking him.
I'm pretty sure he leaps over a desk at one point. Fucking ropes
Yeah.
flying all over the place.
Badass. Absolute badass. It's a sad loss because I don't know how old was he, does it say?
82.
82.
Still relatively young. We could have got some more years out of him, couldn't we? It's a shame. That's a shame.
I just thought it was topical because of the Kenny Potter thing.
Yeah, he will be missed. Which is the next episode will be on the 9th. I've been told to say.
Well done.
There you
Nice shoehorning.
Did it. On the 9th. Patrons.
Synergy.
Kenny Potter.
Speaking of
we-
shoehorning,
Yeah, speaking of shoehorning, here we go.
We're off to the weird world web.
Oh,
Chess
no.
grandmaster Hans Niemann denies using vibrating sex toy to cheat. An American grandmaster who was part of a row which rattled the world of chess has denied using a vibrating sex toy to cheat. He sat down in September 22 to play Norwegian grandmaster Magnus Carlsen in chess's Sinkfield Cup in St. Louis, Missouri. Niemann won, but was accused by Carlsen of cheating, a claim which sparked a huge legal row between the pair. They settled at $100 million, £79 million lawsuit last month. He always denied. He said it's very disheartening to be accused of cheating after that victory. These things happen. I managed to learn a lot during that time, and it really has taught me a lot of very important lessons about life and chess.
And anal beads.
The rumours were with this one, because I can see the cogs going in Candy's head trying to work this
the
one out.
Bluetooth anal beads in it.
Yeah, it was either Bluetooth anal beads or a Bluetooth butt plug. But it was basically there was someone in the audience,
in the crowd,
yeah, who was
Morse coding him.
Yeah, it was Morse coding him with a remote controlled sex toy.
I see. You could
What
do
the
that.
hell
And he wasn't reacting. He wasn't going, oh.
God, that took a lot of control. Just give him that
That's what I'm
fucking prize
saying.
anyway.
He should have won anyway.
Yeah.
Because I bet his fucking erogenous zones were going, ah. If you don't
He
know,
didn't
guys.
replace the king on the board with a rabbit going, checkmate.
The thing is, right, the one thing is, I mean, he should get points for ingenuity, but two, don't all chess players have chess player names? They really do. There's
Well,
not like
Gary Kasparov.
Yeah, and just
The only
they've
other chess
all
player
got
I know.
those two you read out. They've just got proper chess player names. There's no one called John Smith, famous chess player.
No, Hans Niemann and Magnus Carlsen.
They sound like chess players.
They should use gamer tags. That'd be rad.
I say, yeah.
You didn't get that on
wouldn't
Who
it?
Wants to Be a Millionaire, though, did you? You just got loads of people coughing. Do you remember
Who
that?
was it that won? Was it that major somebody? He won, didn't he? With the coffin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine if they're recorded during COVID. There have been so many accusations.
Mate, I cough too much. I'd be shitting that crowd. I'd be like, what's he coughing for? I'm just coughing. I've got shit lungs. I don't know the answer. Chris Tarrant. Oh, it's not even Chris Tarrant anymore, is it?
It's Clarkson.
What's his teeth?
Jeremy Clarkson.
New World.
Oh, it was. He
Millionaire.
doesn't do it anymore either, does he?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Who's doing it now?
I think he got
Ryland?
dropped. He got dropped.
Yeah, he did. He got dropped when he
Dropped
started,
somebody else.
Started talking about Meghan Markle.
Did he?
Yeah.
Bloody hell. Who's doing it now then?
I don't think they've announced anybody.
Ramesh Ranganathan, probably.
Gotta be someone
Wait,
like
He's
that,
doing
isn't it?
Takeshi's Castle.
And
that's
Weakest
right.
Link. He does Weakest Link as well, doesn't
Does he?
he? So,
Yeah.
Yeah, he does Weakest Link. He's
He does.
brilliant in it. He's brutal. Like he is anyway. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? I think Gadget could do it. I think you should get the call.
Is that your final answer?
And that's the news. Thank you very much.
Fucking hell, that was a chaotic news this week. I don't know what's wrong with us.
It's called stretching content. It's a deliberate tactic. Anyway, what have we all been up to this week? I'm going to start because I've got two apologies to make. First one. We mentioned Foamstars earlier. During the week, I was invited by Sony themselves. Came to my house in a limo, handed me a card with a code on it. Said, "Do you want to join the beta for Foamstars?" Little old me said, "Yeah, sure." I've been playing Foamstars, guys.
Oh, God.
The beta. I really like it. No, I really like it. No,
It's a multiplayer
good.
game, man.
I know.
You
And I've
don't
been
do
playing with people.
multiplayer.
I've been chatting to humans.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
You've changed.
With me Razer headset. I'm a proper gamer, me. Nah, Kenny Gamer.
He's admitted
He's
it.
back. He's back.
I'm going to
He's
keep
back.
that sample.
What's your gaming tag?
I'm not telling you.
Oh,
I'll tell you off air. Absolutely, mate. No problem whatsoever.
I'll have to add
But-
you as a friend.
You shall. But anyone can join the beta.
Not a close
I think,
friend, though.
by the time you listen to this, I think anyone can join the beta. But do you know what? It's not the. I mean, it is Splatoon, but it's not just Splatoon. If you get me. Now, imagine Splatoon and what's that game that thingy made that Blizzard made? the shooty one?
Overwatch.
It's that. So each character have got different. No, on Splatoon, you're just a fish person, aren't you?
Yeah.
This is a bit more of a hero shooter as well, attached to that Splatoon. Like, clear the map of your bubbles, you know what I mean, your foam, make it all one colour, etc., etc. You all know what this game is, but it's got that added element of, it's got some really decent like RPG progression in it, and it's got some good, like, your party composition, you have to have, you know, like you did in Overwatch. Because even you said, Gadget, Overwatch used to be good, didn't it?
Oh, it used to be banging.
It's like that, and obviously it's not toxic yet because it was a closed beta, but this has been really eye-opening for me because I just really liked how I was in from the ground up, and nobody else knew, and I was learning alongside everyone else, and I felt like I got an edge, and we all got a different edge. Like if it come out for the public, I'd be able to kick ass, and that feels a bit good.
There is something to be said about getting in day one on like a new shooter or a new team-based thing. Because like if you're a couple of days late, you're absolutely out of the skill range.
Yeah. I mean, it's free to play, but
because you get people like Candy just going in there, just absolutely wrecking shit.
Yeah, I think you'll like it, Candy, as well, because
shit up.
the sound, the music's fantastic. It's Square Enix as fuck, but each character, you know what I mean. Each character's
got title that Square Enix as fuck.
Each character does have like its place, and there's loads of characters. And I mean loads. I couldn't even count how many there's. Loads, and they've all got different attributes and different. I think it could make for a very entertaining game. It won't last. I don't think it'll last like Splatoon has. I don't think it's got the chops.
You think it's going to do like a Knockout City?
Maybe a bit longer because it's got other modes. It's got modes where like raids. It's got raids on it. Like a kind of raid where you're going in and oh yeah, and you're ending up fighting like one big guy and you're squirting him.
Yeah,
it's weird. It's good, and there's deathmatch modes where it's actually you're just killing each other with foam. but it's doing more than.
It's not like it was in Benidorm, is it? Foam parties are just different these days.
Yeah, it's not like Splatoon where they've had 3 games where it's more or less the same, isn't it?
Yeah, they just kind of evolve.
You dominate the map.
Yeah, they just kind of evolve the concept with each one.
It reminds me of very, and not in gameplay wise, but just in atmosphere and feeling, very early Rocket League.
Okay, has it got pace to it?
It's got pace to it, and the games don't last too long for you to get bored. And I genuinely think if it's pushed right and if it's marketed right, it could be a hit. It's just, I know full well it's loot box Mageddon. It really is. Because they all are, aren't they? The free, yeah, and it's free to play. But, I mean, try the beta, guys. I mean, I really enjoyed it, but you know what I'm going to be like? Am I going to enjoy it in a week's time? Maybe not. But I think it's solid. I think it's really solid. That's Foamstars anyway. And you could, if you listen to this podcast now, it's out for beta for everyone. But yeah, it's more than meets the eye. That's the best thing I can say about it.
Fair enough.
Give it a try. And the other thing, I've got an apology to make. I've been playing Fanny Libs. Phantom Liberty.
Me too, most nights.
I've been playing Fanny Libs, Phantom Liberty. So, Biggie didn't get a code.
Is that because you got a code?
Got what?
Oh, look at him. He's furious.
I've got more clout, mate, in the industry. I'm the host.
Unbelievable.
I weren't going to do this. I weren't going to. It's someone that Candy had said that, isn't it? She likes it.
That's the title.
I know, I love it. I love it. I'm telling all my friends right
bit of
now.
Fanny Libs.
Just playing Fanny Libs while you have your Menti B.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to deal with the cosy lips.
Yeah. Do you know what? Right. I started again because that's the kind of guy I am. 40-hour RPG does
They've
not
recommended
daunt me.
that, to be honest.
Yeah, you can play it from the get-go, from the title screen. You know, like you could with Blood and Wine on Witcher, and it like flicks your character up to level 15, I think, something along those lines. But I started again. I thought, fuck it. Again, a 40-hour RPG does not faze me at all. It's a small game to me. That nothing.
It's an afternoon for you.
Is it 2.0 patch that they did?
Yeah.
My God,
Yes.
It changes the 8. This is not hyperbole. it changes everything.
Is it made it good now?
Just
I
the
did tell
UI
you that.
alone, mate. The menus, everything's good.
Oh,
The upgrade system's fantastic.
Oh, I've still got my
Like,
disc version for the Xbox. I might have to reinstall it.
Get it? I'm telling you now, I haven't seen a single... I mean, I've seen a bit of popping, a little bit of clipping, but no glitches, no stupid faceless wonders walking around. And they've tweaked the gunplay. It gives you more accessibility options because I'm not good at shooting games. So it's got a nice lock-on aim. Clicky, 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 clicky.
Oh, nice, because it was missing that in the original version.
Yeah. And it's got car combat that's better. Like you can dive out your car and John Wick shit, and you can do look. It's so mad.
I saw
and
that.
I've got a grappling hook. I've
That
got a
looks so good. Yeah.
I'm like Spider-Man, and I can flip about. It's again, it's not hyperbole. This is great. This is really good.
Is Wall
Is
Wall running back?
in it, yeah.
Do they put that back in?
It's a different tree, skill tree. But even like, do you know how the net runner, the hacking tree was quite difficult because it was fiddly?
Yeah,
They've introduced
it never worked properly.
3 new control schemes,
Yeah.
which is classic, alternative, and like adaptable, or something along those lines. You can just change everything. It's just, it's just changed the game. If you loved it last time, you're going to love it even more. And I beat Cyberpunk last time, and I've never seen some of this stuff. I've never seen some of these areas.
So
You know what I mean?
So what you're saying is basically this is the game that it should have been when it released.
Yes.
It
And
needed
then
3 more years of development.
oh god, yeah. And then going into
Like
Fanny
Starfield?
Libs, going into the Fanny Libs section of the game. My god, it's like Cyberpunk 2. You know what I mean? It's a completely different game.
Yeah.
It's kind of tied to the story, and there's a lot of callbacks and stuff. I can imagine you could play it alone as a standalone thing. It's quite a long expansion. I mean, I'm not even finished yet.
Is it?
And
Is it separate to the story? So is it a bit like with The Witcher? Like you finish the Witcher story,
it's
then you
separate.
go to Hearts of Stone.
It opens up I think it's Pacifica or a different place.
Right. Okay.
Completely different place. And you can go to that place before Fanny Libs kicks in, and it's just empty and desolate and nothing's happening. But when that kicks in and you're into it, it's like, oh my God, I want to live here. It's sunny and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? In Night City, the sun's bleh.
How's the
but it's not
dodgy
anymore,
area though,
mate. It's not
Pacifica?
anymore. It's lovely and it's fantastic. And
Oh.
Idris Elba, fucking hell, he's got some charisma, hasn't he? Wow. And the voice acting's amazing. And I don't know what they've done. Like, do you know why I'm moaning about being in a car and constantly being phone called?
Yeah.
You can turn it off.
Great. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm going to reinstall it tonight.
You can turn it off. And they've tweaked the gunplay and the adaptive triggers on PS5 version are so good. Every gun feels completely different to play. I know it's gonna be all right on Xbox and stuff like that, but the PS5, the DualSense, fuck me. It's like you can actually use guns that you can't use physically, and it won't let the trigger pull it. You know, because it's locked.
Yeah.
It's just so fucking cool, and you've got to, like, net hack it and
That's
stuff like
cool.
that. I don't know. And again, I'll still say that opening sequence with Jackie and the hotel is still one of the best openings in a game. It's really fucking good.
That was
bit.
always great. I fucking loved that entire sequence.
And then I started shitting myself because I thought, oh no, I'm going to put Keanu in my head soon. And he didn't annoy me that much. He stopped annoying me because he wasn't randomly in the clouds talking to me. He wasn't on top of a fence, just stood there. Do you know what I mean? He was interacting, and you can skip anything you want to, and you can put an alternative costume on him as well in the options. I recommend putting the alternative costume on him. I'm not going to tell you why. Just put that on him. Do you know, like you could on Witcher, you could change all main characters' costumes.
Yeah.
You can do that. But it's in the menu, so you won't know unless you look into it in the options. And I don't know. It's reinvigorated everything about this game. This is definitely what they showed us it was going to be.
Right.
But it's took 3 years to get there.
3 years. Okay. I'll reinstall it and I'll give it a try later.
So far,
It's going to be my
it's a good
Christmas
shout
game.
for a Christmas game, actually.
Again.
yeah, I've not finished it yet, but my original review of Cyberpunk was a 4 out of 10. This is a 9.
Oh, shit, man. Okay.
And I haven't
my
finished
God.
it. And a lot of it's so subtle. but it's what you wanted it to be when you were. Like, the driving's so much better.
I heard that they fixed the police system.
The police, it's like GTA Police.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's mad. Do you know what you can do? If you have it on harder difficulties, they'll pull you over for red lights.
Oh, wow.
yeah. You have to pay fines.
Compare that to when I was playing like version like 1.3 or something like that. Like before they did the next gen patch.
You could shoot one at Ed and they didn't know.
No, I remember I committed some crime. I can't remember. I think I ran over somebody by accident. And the police were chasing us, and I never lost my wanted thing. And I remember about 2 hours later, I was doing a quest, and the police officer ran round the corner that was chasing me from like 2 hours ago and arrested us.
There's an obvious timer now. They've just gone, GTA's got a good police system. Use that. And I don't know, there's something about it. And I feel like the character models have had and the graphics have had a right bump up. Were you going to say something then, Biggie? And then you start drinking. Rude.
I just wouldn't know.
Oh. But yeah.
It's fine, honestly. Enjoy. I'll get it anyway.
It's $24.99 though, isn't it?
Pricey.
Yeah.
But the
wait till Christmas when it might drop.
2.0 patch is free.
Yeah.
And that's 40 hours a game for you.
Fair enough.
It's 40 hours a game. Like, I started as a nomad this time. I never did that last time. And the lead up into Night City, you can see it from the desert and that.
Yeah.
It's not popping into view like it used to do.
No,
it's just there.
Well, when the next gen patch came out, where the proper support for PS5 and Xbox Series X, I restarted the game because my original playthrough I did Corpu as a starter.
Yeah.
Which was the right opening.
Apparently, it's the easy option because you get all the Netrunner stuff.
You do. But then the Netrunner stuff never really worked very well in the original version.
No, it does now.
But then I did Nomad on the second one, and it was no better really. It was fine. But I still that whole sequence where you go up in the hotel and you fucking see Adam Smasher,
good in
and like fucking Japanese people start killing each other, then you've got to escape from the place. Oh, it's so good.
But they've put they've put items and weapons in places that weren't used there. Like these weapons you can pick up in that little bit that you can carry on into the rest of the game. Do you know what I mean? Like you can get Hironobu's famous dagger, and do you know what I mean? It's just they've put more context into it, and the writing. Do you know when you pick up the data logs and stuff, the bigger and there's more better writing, and it explains. Do you know all these legends that Jackie's obsessed with?
Yeah,
it tells you about them. You can read them individually. You can buy books from shops and stuff.
Because a lot of the lore and the logs were kind of half-assed compared to like the Witcher.
Yeah, they were just written, weren't they? Just like, here you go. But now you've got to scroll. There's mini books, novellas. You know what I mean? It's just
fuck. I don't need bigger games, man.
It's so fucking.
Games on the go.
Do you know what? After uninstalling Baldur's Gate 3 because I beat it, and I've gone straight to this, and I'm like, oh shit, this is the kind of game I'm into now. I'm into these big choice games, these big scope games, these computer RPGs, brother, if you will.
Enjoy them with us.
And it's so much easier to shoot. Click, click, click. And you're popping heads off. Oh, and the melee's better. You can turn off sway. You know, when you used to use the sword and your head went down with it. Turn it off. Turn it off. And straight away, like, you know, you can go to the Ripper docks. It was so expensive to get anything cool. Nah, they've changed the currency. It's a lot cheaper to do anything now.
Fantastic.
It's just flawless in execution. Again, though, I'm not giving it a 10 out of 10 because it's an expansion. You know what I mean? It took them this long to do it. 9 out of 10. I love it, and I've got apologies to make to everyone that I said, why do you love that game? I can see what they wanted from it, and now I'm getting it.
Ah, shit, I'm going to reinstall it. Fuck.
Love it. So,
I'm excited. For all its flaws, I did enjoy Cyberpunk. I didn't love it. I enjoyed it.
Better in every way. It's just
I can't remember.
Apples and oranges different. Just start again. Everyone start again.
Yeah.
It's just way worth it. And if you get Fanny Libs attached to it, that comes in.
Stop saying Fanny Libs, man.
That's what it's called. That's what they're calling it.
Phantom Liberty.
Fanny Libs, mate. Fanny
Libs.
But you're encouraging candy, and what have I told you about encouraging candy?
That enters the game naturally as you're playing it. You don't have to wait till the end to play it. You know what I mean? It's brilliant. It's a great game. I'm glad I didn't sell it now, the actual main game. Even though you can buy it cheap now, can't you? You can get it really cheap, the main game. I'm still showing it. You're not buying it anymore. I'm playing it. But yeah, that's just really good. Foamstars and Fanny Libs, mate. Candy, what's up, mate?
You've broken him.
Sorry. Just tickled me. Fucking Fanny Libs, for fuck's
That is the
sake.
episode title now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get it tattooed. On my knuckles.
I was saying this to someone. I was talking to someone that's playing, because I'm playing Starfield as well, incrementally through. This is way better than Starfield, but Starfield's more expansive and bigger. You know what I mean? There's more exploration in Starfield. That's the difference.
And because I want to go back to Starfield, let's get this done. So, what have I done this week? Well, I took a trip down the memory lane of the BBC 31 years ago this Halloween. A little show called Ghostwatch was released as a mockumentary presented by Michael Parkinson. And I thought, and this has just been released on Amazon, so I thought I'll refresh my memory. Yes, I'll get in the Halloween season. Yeah. I'll watch Ghostwatch. It was highly rated. I've seen clips of it. I was too young really to watch it the first time round.
I've never seen it.
Oh my God. Okay, do you remember the sheer amount of trolling that was involved in it?
I just remember the hair.
So I took a clip this afternoon because I couldn't quite believe what I heard and I had to go back. So actually, to give you some context first, if anyone doesn't know, it was a documentary produced by the BBC where you had the in-studio host of the show, which was Michael Parkinson.
Welcome to Ghostwatch.
A paranormal paranormal expert and investigator, and some guy that with answering the phones. Like there was a live phone-in section where people,
Children in Need and Red Nose Day, where you could ring in
phone in with.
But instead of paying money, you tell ghost stories.
Basically, but these were all staged. These were all staged phone calls. Although I think at the time it was presented as if it was really happening, wasn't it? It was like they did a War of the Worlds type thing. So the crew on location was a lady called Sarah that was inside this haunted this house that had been terrorizing a family, 2 girls and a single mother. And outside with the technical team, another thing I forgot, Craig Charles. Craig Charles was there, looking exactly the same as he does now, sniffing away. No. The coke was involved. Oh yeah. So going back to my what the fuck moment. So we're interviewing the mother. We're inside the house. We're interviewing the mother. There's a small door under the stairs. And she's recalling a tale where she heard knocking coming from what she calls the glory hole. They call this cupboard the glory hole. The glory hole.
Let me just explain to as innocent listeners. A glory hole is a hole in a men's bathroom stall where you would insert your, let's just say, throbbing member
Pee-pee.
for another gentleman to caress with his tonsils.
Not a Harry Potter cupboard under the stairs.
No,
Harry Potter did not sleep in a glory hole, let me tell you. So yeah, multiple references were made to this glory hole.
Saying it's funny.
Throughout the show, more and more paranormal occurrences are happening in this house. Things start to happen in the studio too. So people are phoning in and they're saying, we've had these spooky things happening in our house, and then in the studio, all the TV wires start going wibbly, and they're having all sorts of technical difficulties. We then go to a member of somebody that's phoned in, wishes to remain anonymous. Second innuendo. It was the ex-husband. Sorry, it's the ex-husband of the lady who lived there, saying that he remembered one time when they were lying in bed, and they got tugged off. The duvet got tugged off.
Wasn't is that
was
what
innuendo number 2?
Off? Or did he say fondled or something? Wait, tugged off. Tugged off.
It was definitely tugged off. There was a moment where the mother says all the children could hear was her banging. And there's another one as well. Oh, the way, I don't know if it's deliberate, but the way the mother was talking about her daughter, I can't remember the name of the daughter. Susie, I think it was. And she said, if my Susie's Fanny, then I've got another thing coming. Like she's meant to say funny. She's saying Fanny. I did not know the extent of the trolling. It is fantastic. It's an absolute BBC classic. Just for the sheer ridiculousness of it.
In media studies.
Wow. Did you all shit yourselves? Did you shit yourselves?
Yeah, that's what we say. No, but I was talking about stuff like that. I was talking to my mate. I remember when the BBC was good. It used to be good.
Well, that was fun, wasn't it? Like at least
when that came out, like that kind of mid to late 90s period. That's what
was new.
Oh, 92
it was early 90s.
Before Brass Eye and stuff.
I thought it was around the same time as Brass Eye. So I thought it was like
apparently Chris Morris got his inspiration from this.
Oh, fair enough.
No, he got his inspiration from it, and he got his inspiration from that BBC that mock thing that they did for a Blue Peter, like Green Nigel or something like that.
Green Nigel.
That's genuinely. It was just like a one-off when they were pretending it were a real one. Like, and now Blue Peter for adults, and it weren't rude or anything. It was just shit, but in a funny way. And I think it had Harry Enfield in it or someone like that. But the BBC used to be fucking good.
Great.
Yeah. If I were an adult back then, I would have paid my TV license. Would have. And I brought it up so you can tick that off your bingo cards.
Hey.
But yeah, no, I thoroughly
what do you say
enjoyed
it's on now?
Like I said, it's completely ludicrous.
Brilliant.
Amazon Prime, you can rent it. I think it's
I haven't
like
seen that in about 20 years. I will.
Show it to your kids.
I can't. Yeah,
and then explain what a glory hole is.
I'll just explain it exactly how I've just explained it to the listeners. I'm sure they'll understand. But is that what you've been doing? You've been stuck in that? Is this going to be a running theme for a month now? Just horror stuff?
Stuck in that. I think so. Do you know what? I think it will. Yeah. I mean, it's my season, isn't it? It's orange season, so I'll stick with it.
Excellent.
Exactly.
Excellent. Ghostwatch. Go and watch Ghostwatch. Biggie, what you been doing, mate?
Thanks to you taking the reins for our one shot. I'm still on a Western theme, so I ended up watching 2 neo-Western crime dramas.
Okay.
The first of which is Hell or Highwater. It came out in 2016. Directed by David Mackenzie, written by Taylor Sheridan, and it has Chris Pine and Ben Foster playing 2 brothers who carry out a series of bank robberies to save their family ranch as it's up for foreclosure, whilst being pursued by 2 Texas Rangers, played by Jeff Bridges and Gil Birmingham. And it's a great character study, really cliched story, but just delivered so well. The acting, the writing, just top notch. Really, really enjoyed it. Great ending. Brutal at times, but really well done. Just fantastic. And then to follow off from that, I ended up watching again No Country for Old Men, because I haven't seen that since it first came out.
Oh, it's classic.
Ooh,
and again, another neo-Western crime thriller, written and directed by the Coen brothers, based on Cormac McCarthy's novel of the same, starring Tommy Lee Jones, Javier Bardem, and Josh Brolin. Film is set in a desert landscape in roughly the 1980s. The film revisits the themes of their fate, conscience, and circumstances that the Coen brothers have explored before. And it has Brolin as a Vietnam War veteran and welder who stumbles upon a large sum of money in the desert. Anton Chigurh, played by Bardem, a hitman who's sent to recover the money. And then you have Ed Tom Bell, played by Tommy Lee Jones, the sheriff investigating the crime. I just forgot how good this movie is. And obviously, Bardem is just incredible as the almost emotionless hitman. It's just insane.
It's weird that you have such good actors in Josh Brolin and Tommy Lee Jones playing the quote-unquote good guys in it, as good as they are, that are completely overshadowed by a man who has like 18 lines of dialogue and just walks. And Javier Bardem absolutely steals that whole film. He's got this level of menace that no one else can put out there. I love having.
It's just disassociation he has with just emotions and just normality, and he just has this code that he follows
proper sociopath
to the letter. Yeah,
I love it when Javier Bardem plays a bad guy. Like when he did that one in Bond, Skyfall. Oh, he was so good in that.
Yeah.
When he takes his teeth out,
and you got that famous.
Well, his face out.
You got that famous coin flip in the
in the petrol station.
Petrol station. Yeah. Just that scene alone is just fantastic. And he also mentioned himself
that man doesn't realise
actor.
it's the luckiest day of his life.
Yeah, and he says that scene wouldn't have worked as well if it wasn't for the actor that played the guy behind the till, because that scene is just incredible between both of them. It's just brilliant. But yeah, if you haven't seen either of these movies, they're just
You're an idiot.
so good. Similar themes, but No Country for Old Men is just wow. Just
I tell you what,
brutal.
the neo Western films, that the modern Western films, there's some absolute bangers, isn't there? It's like people forget that that's still kind of like that in some parts of America.
I assume you're not talking about cowboys versus aliens.
The ultimate neo-Western.
Wild West.
When Harrison Ford gets an alien gauntlet on and shoots people with it.
No, it wasn't Harrison Ford. It was Daniel Craig in that one.
Yeah. Harrison Ford's in it as well.
Craig,
Is he?
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
He's a sheriff. He's a sheriff.
Oh, so he is.
My God. Just having to double check. Mate, Cowboys versus Aliens is
Sam Rockwell and Paul Dano are in it.
Yeah, it's a great film. It's a great film. I'll die on that hill. Great.
I've never seen it, if I'm honest.
What? It's the ultimate neo-Western.
I
postmodern.
I'll have to add that to my watch.
I've been fucking done in here.
It's good. It's a good film. I think people liked it as well. I think critics liked it as well. Yeah, I like Cowboys vs. Aliens. It's a strange title, though. I mean, it is very on the nose, isn't it?
Yeah, it does what it says on the tin.
Yeah, it's Cowboys vs. Aliens, biggie. But is that what you've been doing, mate? You've been rooting to?
Yeah, just I've been playing Hitman for obvious reasons for later on this month. I'll be talking about that another time. And I started watching with my wife the morning show, as you spoke about last week, and enjoying it so far. It's top notch. Carried on.
Like the space bit, the rocket.
Yeah, so good.
Don't spoil it, but yeah.
I won't. Just really good, and a really interesting other thing that's just kicked in as well. So yeah, really cool.
Can you believe people are sleeping on that show? Crackers, isn't it? It's such a great show.
And I recommended it last time round, but yeah, it's so good. Enjoying it. I'm just frustrated again that you have to wait weekly for the episodes.
It's not like one of them good ones that you wait weekly and everyone talks about it, because not many people are watching it, it seems.
Yeah.
Shame. But yeah. Cool, gadget.
Okay, so a few things. So I'm still playing Baldur's Gate 3, as everyone would expect.
Easy, mate.
I'm near the end of it, but for a role-playing game, I've discovered the role that I'm playing. The victim, because I'm at the point now where a lot of the fights are kicking my ass, and not because I've got bad builds or anything like that. They're just really fucking hard.
What difficulty are you playing on?
Hard.
Yeah, tactician. I did
tactician.
That,
that's it. Yeah.
It's not a cakewalk, is it?
No. I'm getting brutalized.
I feel like they've just got a little bit too much hit points, haven't they?
It's not so much that they have a little too.
They get that bonus that you would get if you were an easy setting, don't they? The enemies.
Yeah, it's not that necessarily they have too many hit points. It's that they deal too much damage.
Yeah, they seem to be the ones that are getting all the bonuses, and you're not getting anything.
But slowly living it. Starfield, carrying on with that, fucking great.
I played a bit more of that. It's good. I like it.
It gave me a moment that brought me to tears the other day, which I'm not going to discuss because it'll be a spoiler for Candy.
I'm definitely not that far in either.
No. Finished Armored Core 6. One of the greatest action games I've ever played. And goes into my list of the FromSoft canon above Sekiro now. Because
I told you,
I finished
Game of Year tackle.
It's not my game of the year. That's going to be Baldur's Gate, unless Alan Wake 2 pulls something spectacular out the
Imagine if it did.
Yeah. But in my listing of the From Software games, it goes above Sekiro, mostly because I adored Sekiro. Sekiro is an incredible game. But it's been 4 days since I finished it, and I'm still thinking about it. and I'm still thinking of builds that I could do.
You're still chatting to me about it.
Yeah, it's not right. I can normally like move on from a game once I've done it. Nah, this one's in my brain.
It's got that Elden Ring thing, hasn't it, where we were talking about that for weeks after.
Yeah. I think Armored Core 6 is one of those games where a very specific subset of people will enjoy it, but that subset of people will adore it.
Hi.
I think it's a very Marmite game.
I lent the copy that I've got to my mate, and he gave me back same day. He went, "Can't play this, mate."
Yeah.
He just couldn't, and he's beat Elden Ring and he's beat Dark Souls and stuff.
I think
I can't play this.
I think the problem is Chapter 1 is really poor. I don't want to say it's bad.
Chapter 1 plays like Armored Core 2.
Yeah.
Which is just a nothing game. It's just a...
You get like 8 missions, which are really easy. And then you get the Baltius boss, which is really fucking hard.
What a spike.
And then once you get past Baltius, the game... It doesn't change, but it gets so fucking good. Like immediately as soon as you're in Chapter 2, everything. I think it
flips
so
a little
better.
bit. It flips. It becomes a narrative game.
Oh yeah, as soon as you meet Aya, it changes.
Yeah. She's
just
great
an observation, not having played any of the other stuff yet, but just from a quantity of games, but they're technically all quality, aren't they? They haven't dropped a clanger as far as I'm aware from software with all the games they've released.
FromSoft have been pretty consistent.
They did that narrative game, didn't they, for VR?
Sort of, but they were only really kind of slightly involved in that. They
didn't they just publish that or something?
Something close to that. Like From Software's like they have had some bad games, but they were kind of back in the 90s. Like maybe Kingsfield 1 wasn't really good.
How dare you?
Kingsfield 2 is incredible. Kingsfield 1, if you go back to
4's the best.
Now, Kingsfield 1, if you go back to it now, it's fucking poor.
Yeah, you actually swing your sword and it goes.
Yeah,
it's so slow.
But also like level design and stories. Like, they're one of the studios that, like, when the first Armored Core game is great. I haven't played any of the other ones, but I remember seeing a review for Armored Core 4, which like knocked it down like 4 out of 10.
Oh, Armored Core 4's awful.
But they have been, generally speaking, a really consistent studio. And
I mean, they had the PS2 generation with like Eternal Ring and Orphan, Scion of Darkness, and
I guess I'm talking pretty much
all those
from Dark
really
Souls
shite
onwards.
RPGs. From Dark Souls, from Demon Souls onward.
Oh, sorry, even Demons. That was the first one, wasn't it? Yeah, but I mean, just from that sort of point onwards, every game they drop is like.
It was when Miyazaki got involved. Really,
yeah,
that's what changed the course.
And I think it's been a good move for him because he's the CEO now. It's been a good move for him to approve and bring back Armored Core. Because it's a very different game to the Souls games. It's a very much more action focused. It's very forward and very much about you as the player working it out. Because it's not as brutal as the older Armored Core games. Like it's not. You have repair kits and missions, and like you get to a boss. You've got the wrong build, you get annihilated, you can restart from checkpoint right in front of the boss.
Plus, the game gives you clues on how to beat the boss going through it.
But it can be brutally difficult at times, but it's also spectacular. Like, I remember I was speaking to Oodles about it earlier this week. The Ice Worm battle is incredible.
Oh my God.
It's because every FromSoft game has like a gimmick boss or like a spectacle boss.
Yeah.
And that's the gimmick boss for this fight, for this game. It's incredible. It's one of the most visually stunning and like most orchestrated boss fights I've ever done. So good. So
it's mad how beautiful that looks, but you could have the worst looking robot controlling that scene. You could I had like a Thomas the Tank Engine looking thing running around, and it just ruined the ambience of it. And I'm like, fuck! If I were a cool black and silver mech bombing into this, it looks so much cooler. But now I'm like, choo choo, coming into fucking scene. I just ruined it.
Candy, it's absolutely worth looking up some of the concept art and some of the world design for it.
Beautiful.
For Armored Core 6. Because it's like...
Oh, I'm pumped too.
It's apocalyptic sci-fi. And it looks
Rubicon
great.
as a planet is fantastic, and I'm glad they've gone to that planet rather than sticking with the planets that they created for the other games. And the faux Earth planet.
Yeah. Anyway, the main thing I wanted to talk about, though, is I started listening to an audiobook this week.
You didn't.
We've talked about this author before because I fucking love him. John Scalzi. It's his new book. It's called Starter Villain, and it is a candy book. So
is it full of cocks?
Oh
no, full of cats.
I'll add that to the list.
Oh,
he is.
He's the king of Audible, isn't he?
I'm just going to read you the blurb for the book. So Charlie's life is going nowhere fast. A divorced substitute teacher living with his cat in a house his siblings want to sell. He wants to open a pub downtown if only the bank will approve his loan. Then his long-lost Uncle Jake dies and leaves his supervillain business, complete with island volcano lair, to Charlie. But becoming a supervillain isn't all giant laser death rays and lava pits. Jake had enemies, now they're coming after Charlie. His uncle might have been a stand-up, old-fashioned kind of villain, but these are the real thing. Rich, soulless predators backed by multinational corporations and venture capital. It's up to Charlie to win the war his uncle started against a league of supervillains. But with unionized dolphins, hyper-intelligent talking spy cats, and a terrifying henchperson at his side, going bad is starting to look pretty good. In a dog-eat-dog world, be a cat. Yeah, there's. She's bought it. She's bought it straight away.
She does it every time we do it. I'm sorry that you didn't like the book that I recommended. Yeah,
I'll give it another go.
This is standard John Scalzi.
That's a no.
So this is the John Scalzi's content between his main books. This one is one of his funny books, and it is very funny.
A buffer piece.
It's a buffer, a bit like Kaiju Preservation Society was.
Yeah.
He's thought of a weird little concept, and he's made it, and it's really fucking funny.
That's when Stephen King used to be good, when he just thought up of a little concept, sniffed a line, and brought out a nice book.
Well, there's no cocaine here.
I think it was more than a line.
There are a lot of cats. And that's great. John Scalzi is a man who has 4 cats, so he knows cat behavior. So the descriptions of what the 2 cats, Hera and Persephone, act like are perfect.
She likes Greek myth as well.
But it is really funny. The unionized dolphins so far have been one of the funniest things in the book. They are unhappy with Charlie, or rather with his uncle's management style, and are trying to strike. And they're very sweary about it. I don't want to say too much about the actual story of the book, because I don't want to spoil things, because it's subtle gags constantly. Like, Charlie is a character who's very much down on his luck, and it's a massive fish out of water scenario. But the way Scalzi kind of puts the world together and puts the concepts together, and also involves cats in it, is perfect. He has managed to weave this weird little narrative. It's one of his ones where it's written from the first person, so it's a character who knows fucking nothing about this world and gets dragged into it, and he's unsure of what's going on at all given times. But about halfway through it now, it's really fucking funny. And if you get,
and that's not just even Scalzi tinted glasses. He's just a good piece of work. Anyway,
it's just a great piece of work in Scalzi's style.
Bang into it.
I'm halfway through it. It's only an 8-hour listen. If you get
that's fine.
If you get the book version of it, it's only 264 pages. He's when he does his funny books, he keeps them short and to the point.
That's like a book between books, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or a train book. A book for the train. Bang into that.
But it's great. And on the cover, there is a Maine Coon wearing a suit, so, Candy's into it.
I've recently been watching lots of videos about Maine Coons. They get big, don't they, them fuckers?
Massive. But yeah,
they're like panthers.
Big boys.
Candy, you're going to fucking love this book.
I can't wait.
We need to get that man on this show, because we've been praising that man for ages.
Nah, I'd fangirl so hard. I fucking love John Scalzi.
Why not?
He is one
Why
of the
don't we ask him?
Biggie, work your magic. Work your magic, Biggie. You've done it before. Get him on. And Gadget be like, I'm poorly tonight. I can't come on.
No, I'd be a fucking blushing mess. I love Scalzi. He's so funny.
Yeah. I bought the Kaiju Preservation one. I just haven't got to it yet.
Oh, that's a great book.
I got it. I'm getting them all on Kindle now. And I've got me. You talk about gaming backlogs. I've got fucking book backlogs.
Oh, don't start. Don't get started about my to-read pile. It's getting fucking mental. I think I'm about 30 books in it at the minute.
I've got the fucking Library of the Ancients to read next, and it's a fucking 10,000 page book. I'll do it though. I'll do it. But yeah, excellent. Have any of our little cat-like listeners sent any feedback this week.
Well, the mewling kittens that we have that are our listeners, they've come up to the milk bowl of content to provide us with
I was
information.
going to say the litter tray.
Yeah, they filled the litter tray.
Lee Davies has started with Drag Race UK is back, baby. So I'm watching that.
Is it?
Yeah. One of the
I love
season's queens was on the lineup at Scarborough Pride, which I was at yesterday. They're called
Nice.
Michael Maruli, and they totally slayed.
I love a bit of that. I love a bit of it.
You like
I just
a drag
get obsessed
queen?
with her. And I start following them on Twitter and stuff, and Instagram. I get a bit obsessed. If someone I don't want any. When I die, will you delete my phone and stuff? Will you get rid of all my history and stuff?
Oh
Please,
no, I'm
guys?
going to publish it.
No, don't.
No, it's the unwritten friend rule that when somebody dies, you have to go through their bedroom drawers and
Thank
just
you.
delete
Thank
their
you,
history.
Candy.
That's just you
You're
don't
in my
even need
will
to say
now
it. It's
as the
unspoken.
person, as the deleter, because God, my legacy is going to get tarnished. I love a drag queen so much. My wife's off to a drag queen brunch soon, and I'm so jealous.
Come
I'm not allowed to go.
come to Newcastle. I'll take you to a drag queen night in town.
You promised me a drag queen last time. You never delivered. Thinking.
I don't think I promised you a drag queen last time.
Well, in my head, you did.
Did mention something like that, if I remember,
Okay.
actually.
That was probably Pip.
Come up and I'll take you to Boulevard and we'll go see the drag queens.
I will fucking come up.
You will. Next up, Planty, Mr. Podcast himself.
He is.
In the last 2 weeks, Rachel and I finally bowed to John and Kirsty and started watching Taskmaster. It's taken us 16 days to watch the first 6 series. Fucking hell, you're banging through it. That's 60 episodes.
Which is Taskmaster? Is that you made me watch when we were at podcast?
Yeah, great.
It was funny, that. It was funny.
I'm up to
that
series
guy,
14. It's so good.
John Wilkins. Is it Joe Wilkinson threw that ball in? It was straight in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he got disallowed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taskmaster.
That's Taskmaster.
Taskmaster.
The
Hey, we got that.
16th season has just started this week, last week, actually.
Who's in it? Because it can live and die by who's in it that season, can't it?
Sue Perkins, which is a good shout.
I like her.
I can't remember all the names. Julian Clary, he's in it.
Love Julian Clary. So savage.
Where are the custom comedians? Julian Clary, Bloodstar Sam Campbell,
Don't know who that is.
Lucy Beaumont. I think she's a Yorkshire lass.
Oh, well, bang into that.
And Susan Wacoma.
No, but I'm sure they're all brilliant.
Well, she played the most famous thing she did was she played Edith in the Enola Holmes films. If you've watched them.
To be honest, I think every series, it works because the variety of the people that they have on each series works because they're
You
all
get to
slightly
you learn to
different
love them, don't you? I
characters.
bet.
You do.
I've
There's
only watched that one
comedians
episode.
I discovered that I didn't know before. They're all good.
Yeah, no, season 16 has proven to be quite funny. So Planny goes on to say, I've had enough of panel show programs, and this is the antidote to those. This is the funniest thing he's seen in the last 10 years.
Nowadays.
Film-wise, while I've been shagging every member of my party in Baldur's Gate 3, Rachel has watched the first 3 Paranormal Activity films, Scream 6, and the Collector films. Fucking Collector films are terrible.
She's having an orange Christmas as well, isn't she? Like candy.
I
what a
forced her
week.
to watch Sexy Beast. If you want to hear more use of the word cunt than the usual 100 things we learned from film episode, we covered that this week. Barbarians.
Love Sexy Beast.
Shitbarians,
That
more
film
like it.
is incredible.
You like the Oodles? I finally got round to watching Interview with a Vampire.
Oh, mate, I love that film.
And
Even
it's-
Anne Rice loved that film.
And it's the most boring vampire film I've ever seen and couldn't care less what
You're
anyone
a
else
twat.
thinks.
You're a twat.
A house burns down, a flat burns down, a vampire child burns down, a vampire tells Clarence Worley about it. The end.
That's one of my favourite book series of all time, and you've just destroyed it, Patty.
We had to watch Blade to clear our palate, which is
Blade 2.
which is still the greatest Marvel film that isn't Blade 2.
Good man, he knows. Blade 2 is sensational. It's in my top 5 Marvel films. Blade 2 is so fucking good. He's redeemed himself. Don't watch Queen of the Damned. Don't watch it.
No, do not watch Queen of the Damned.
Candy's like, yeah,
Do
watch it. Don't watch it. If you didn't like Interview, you won't like Queen of the Damned.
But do listen to the soundtrack because it's new metal bangers all the way through.
Go, we're so cold.
I'm going to
love it.
Zeno says,
Yes.
assuming I'm not already too late for feedback, you're not too late. I do not have anything new to talk about personally, but my girlfriend has just started playing Paleo Pines on both Switch and PC. A friend bought her the Steam version, not knowing she'd already bought it on Switch. And she's enjoying it enormously. It's a dinosaur farming game, but they're cute little cartoon dinosaurs, so it's more Animal Crossing or Stardew Valley than Jurassic Park. I think there's a demo on Steam if anyone's interested, and I can already see Candy's Googling. Paleo Pines, it's called.
I like a little farming sim, me. I need a new Stardew Valley. One of those types. Because
there's a few of them coming out. What was that one that Square Enix put out? It was like fucking Final Fantasy farming or some shit like that.
Harvestella.
That was it.
It was good. I liked it. Of course I would. No, every time I reboot up Stardew Valley, I'm like, I've done everything. I've literally done everything on that game. You know what I mean? I can't do it again. I kind of wish, I wish you could play Animal Crossing, but without the time stuff. I wish you could just play it.
Yeah,
I wish they'd release a mode that's a constant mode.
That first 14 days or something is just
you do nothing.
Yeah,
because it's a great little game for that. But I need. If any of the listeners know of an alternative, like at Stardew Valley, let me know, because someone told me to get that Porsche Day in the Life of Porsche, whatever it's called.
A Day in Porsche.
The loading times on that is fucking horrendous. Even if you go in your house, it's about 2 minutes.
Oh, no.
To just go into your house and come back out, so you don't want to do anything because you daren't. I need a good one of them. Just a little cleanser.
Right. Last up, we've got Best Boy Angry Kurt Lewin.
He is a good boy. He's a good boy.
This week I finished the campaign of Call of Duty Vanguard.
Oh, is it good? I should get that.
This one was done by Sledgehammer Games, who also did Infinite Warfare. I thought both those campaigns were merely okay. They were graphically stunning and had great production values, but kind of lacked any experimentation of truly memorable missions, like the two most recent Modern Warfare campaigns, which are superb.
So good.
Those were done by Infinity Ward, so I'd rank the studio's campaigns as Infinity Ward, who do the best, followed by Sledgehammer, and then Treyarch.
I agree with him.
That's kind of harsh on like Black Ops and Black Ops 2. Those ones were fucking banging.
Black Ops 2's... the original Black Ops campaign was brilliant and twisty, but the new Modern Warfare ones are fucking fantastic.
I need to play them at some point.
They're like they're longer than you think as well. They're like 6-7 hours long.
Don't play them on veteran. Oh my god!
I can't play them games. I play them on easiest one with all the help I can get. But I was going to play Vanguard. Yeah, I'm going to play Vanguard because it's Russia, innit? And you know my affinity to that country.
Well, it's like World War II Russia as well.
Oh, my favourite Russia. Not current modern-day Russia.
The last COD campaign I played, I think, was Ghosts.
Oh, no, you need to play the Modern Warfare ones. They're like remakes of the original Modern Warfares, if you get me. It's weird. It's like the original characters from them, but as if those stories never happened.
Yeah, no, I know they brought back Captain Price.
Yeah, there's a really good, effective mission on one of them where you play as these kids in, I think it's Kabul or Afghanistan or somewhere like that. And you all you have to do on that mission is avoid these soldiers from getting you. And it's so fucking tense and scary. And then there's that London flat mission where you could accidentally shoot a baby. Remember that one, Biggie? Awful.
I don't remember it.
There's a woman who's holding a baby. You can accidentally shoot a baby and it's like game over if you shoot the baby.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Very like everyone we were like, oh my God, they've done it again. You know, since that No Russian campaign, it's one of those controversial bits. But they're great campaigns, then.
Okay, well, moving on, he goes on to say, I also started Cocoon on Game Pass. The next game from the lead designer of Limbo and Inside. And this game, let me tell you, is just as special.
Good.
It's nowhere near as dark or gruesome as those games, but the puzzle design is just as ingenious and has a great sci-fi aesthetic. You're fucking selling this to me, Kurt.
No, he is, isn't he?
It also features really cool boss battles. Fuck's sake, I'm in there, which is unusual for a puzzle game. I'm fucking installing that right now if it's on Game Pass.
Motherfucker.
I'll play finish Inside. Shit.
What? You need to finish Inside?
Oh, no.
Come on.
Yeah.
Finish Inside.
I'm about
talk about it.
I'm about three quarters of the way through that as well.
It's
Don't play
a
anything
4-hour
else.
game. Just do it. Just do it. Love it.
Then he finishes off, finally, after finishing the latest Football Manager autobiography I was reading, I have made a start on the behemoth, which is Order of the Phoenix, ready for the next Kenny Potter, though I doubt I will have finished it in time
Out
for
on the
episode.
9th. It's out on the 9th. Is it this month, the 9th?
This time.
Yes, 9 days
Help
from
me, Candy.
this point of recording.
Probably.
Look, just let you all know, Stig does the editing and stuff for that one. And he just told me, 9th.
Kenny Potter, the order of the calendar.
Yeah. I don't know about this shit. I ain't got a fucking clue. Remember when I used to control when we used to bring episodes out? And you used to have to remind me at 12 o'clock at night. You haven't uploaded it. I'm like, shit.
Yeah, I'm glad I took over that. Anyway, yeah.
And you'll notice at some point the show notes got a lot better when Gadget got in control of them.
That's the feedback.
Excellent. Thank you very much. And as always, links to all our extracurricular activities are in our show notes and at modernescapism.co.uk. Again, the 9th, Kenny Potter for 9th for all patrons, only patrons. Me and Candy and Stig are having an absolute whale of a time talking about these films and books. It's the deepest of deep dives I think we've ever done as a collective.
I discovered something that I misread this entire time, and I've been reading that last book for years. I got something wrong.
So you're still learning. Even better. It's a fantastic little thing. And we're going to do more of them after Harry Potter and stuff. We're going to do other stuff as well in different formats. And I think the show's proving to be quite a hit. But please, again, we all put a lot of effort into these. Even the Too Fast, Too Curious. A lot of effort went into them because those guys hate those fucking films. And that takes effort.
Oh, yeah, it's really a hate watch.
It takes effort to do
I know,
this.
it's very easy to hate them.
It's very hard to gear yourself up to watch it, though.
Yeah,
gear yourself up. See that pun then? But again, like we mentioned, we've changed the format a little bit. We're going to be doing the reviews constantly. So every week, even if Stig's not asking on our socials to give us feedback, give us feedback. And the patron specials, it's up to the patrons what we want to do on the patron monthly one. You tell us what to do. If not, we'll make it up ourselves and it'll be shite.
Yeah,
so
we had no questions this week, I noticed.
For the green room.
Yes.
Because if in the green room as well, we will answer all your questions and stuff, but we can just talk bollocks for half an hour as well. But there is another thing I need to mention that we didn't explain last week because we had a lot of information to throw at you last week. We've all decided as a collective that December needs to be bigger than it is because we always have this really big Christmas episode where we open presents and Secret Santa and Stig gets stigged and stuff like that. But we're going to do something extra special from now on. Our December is going to be a jam-packed month of great content. The first we're going to do as very first Game of the Year episode. We're also going to do as very first film/TV of the year episode. And we're also going to do as like just the accoutrement, the extras of the year episode. And then we're going to do the Christmas special. So it's a jam-packed, hyped-filled December that I hope you're all going to love because we've never done a full-on Game of the Year or Film of the Year or Thing of the Year, have we?
Well, no, because we like being friends and we don't want to kill each other.
Yeah, it's not going to be like other podcasts. It's not going to be like other podcasts where they're competing for the grand Game of the Year. Oh, yeah. It's just going to be our individual stuff.
Yeah, we're not going to do that knockout thing that TCGS do.
No, because that's one, stealing their format, which I respect and enjoy myself.
Yeah, that's also how you end up with Life is Strange as Game of the Year.
Exactly. No one needs that. It's just going to be an individual thing. It might not even one episode's going to be filmed on TV, and there's something for everyone. And I think if we hype that up from now, you're all getting ready. You let us know as listeners or viewers that what your particular things of the year are. I think it's going to be incredible. It's going to be. I'm looking forward to it. And usually December's just leading up to that live show we do, which is still going to happen. Still going to happen. And I'm going to be sober, which is going to be very, very weird.
You're going to be sober. Weird. The rest of us are going to be whiskey drunk.
It's going to be weird.
You could get drunk on. You could get drunk on cheese and have crazy dreams. That's pretty close to being drunk.
Cheese drunk. Yeah, I could do that. Drunk. But yeah, I'm just letting you all know. We're gonna have a great winter, aren't we? We're gonna have a great winter of content.
Winter.
If you even just want to donate £1, you're going to get loads of stuff just for £1. Just for £1. What's £1 now? You can't even buy a fucking can of pop for £1.
Patreon.com/modernescapism. Get in there.
There you go. But before we do end this show for the scrubbers that don't want to pay us just £1, it's time for Candyland.
And now, what's up in Candyland?
And £1 could very much help me get the mental health that I need.
Oh no.
Because this week, I've thought of a conspiracy theory.
Made one up.
This is a conspiracy theory of how sticky notes are secretly controlling the world.
Uh-oh.
Sticky notes, those innocent little squares of paper with the adhesive, are actually the masterminds behind everything that happens in the world. Sticky notes possess an advanced intelligence that allows them to manipulate events and people to their advantage.
Mm-hmm.
They strategically position themselves in key places to influence decision-making. For example, they might manipulate a list of tasks by slipping off the wall and onto the floor, causing someone to completely forget an important task. Or they might surreptitiously switch places with crucial documents, causing confusion and chaos. But why would these seemingly harmless objects want to control the world, you ask? Well, sticky notes have a deep-seated resentment towards humans. They see us as careless and dismissive of their importance, often discarded after serving their purpose. To exact their revenge, sticky notes work tirelessly to disrupt our lives. They orchestrate mundane inconveniences like making pens inexplicably run out of ink at the most inconvenient times, sticking to clothing indefinitely, or hiding just when we need them the most. They're constantly exchanging information amongst themselves. They believe sticky notes communicate via invisible ink, secretly plotting their next move. These messages may seem like innocent doodles or random notes, but in reality, they're coded directives for the next phase of their master plan. So next time you find your pen missing or stumble upon a suspiciously misplaced sticky note, just remember, it might be the work of these malevolent little sticky notes.
And this is how we know she's been drinking vodka.
Sticky note. I mean, do we know who invented them?
Mr. Sticky.
Or Staples or someone like that. A big company. It'd be a big like stationery company, wouldn't it?
Big stick.
Like big stick. Big stick. What's the default colour? Would you say yellow?
Yellow. I would think yellow. Pink if it's important.
My wife communicates more or less directly with me with sticky notes because we've got opposing shifts and stuff like that, passing ships in the night, and sometimes it's like hieroglyphics. Do you think she meant to write that, or did the sticky note?
It's the sticky note. I think it's the sticky note.
I remember once when she told me to turn the slow cooker on. It didn't say that on the sticky note. You know what I mean? And I didn't do it, and she shouted at me.
Well, there you go. Mystery.
My favourite use of sticky notes is in Prey, in that room gadget.
Yeah. I'm not a mimic.
Oh, yes.
Not a mimic.
But it was a mimic.
But it was all along. What if they are mimics?
Oh, they could be.
So with me working in software development, there is a methodology called Agile, where you, rather than just you build a thing and then show it to the client, you like build it in little chunks and show it like regularly to the client. And when back in like 2013 or something, when it was becoming a bit more of a thing in the company I was working for, I remember we had a planning meeting in one of the meeting rooms, and it was one of those like loads of sticky notes on the glass wall, like work at like all the different components, which order
Blue sky learning, baby.
Yeah, revolutionizing outside the box, that kind of thing. Shifting some paradigms.
Oh, God. I'm sick of hearing that phrase.
But the funniest part of that was, so we finished the meeting and like we'd written it up, had all these like sticky notes on the window, then we'd had like a break. And we came back in, the cleaner had been in the meeting room and taken all the sticky notes off the window to clean the window.
No.
To clean the window in a pile. And like we're all looking at it like, that was 4 hours work. In a pile.
Wasn't Clippy the first original AI sticky note?
It wasn't AI, mate. It was VI. There was no AI about him. It was
Well, we
virtual
don't know that.
intelligence. There was no
He
AI
wanted
about
to
Clippy
help,
at all.
But
No, he was thick.
didn't he appear on the little animated?
Well, on the
Vicky
now.
notepad, yeah.
Oh, you can get rid of him.
He was VI, though. He was not AI. He wasn't smart.
Candy's got problems.
We
with
don't
Clippy.
know. We
Yeah.
don't know.
Ex-lover, jilted lover. Candy, did you used to go out with Clippy?
I can't confirm or deny, but
And for more Clippy-based anecdotes, please become a patron and meet us in the green room in a second. But for everyone else, it's time to fuck off. Bye.
Piss off, nitwit.
Are you ready?
I'm not a vibrate guy. Yeah, I'm ready, mate.